Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. Today our adventuring party find themselves in the company of an old hag, old Granny Ethel Knucklebones. Well, Granny Knucklebones is very angry because someone has stolen her daughter's doll. So if the adventuring party were to go out and find this doll, she would be very happy if they would bring it back. Well, lucky for them, wherever they end up going for the day, they do find the doll, but ironically, it looks like it fits very nicely inside of a puzzle. So, will the adventuring party complete the puzzle, or will they trust the hag and bring back the doll? Today we're going to take a look at the hag's doll. So our puzzle is actually part side quest, as our adventuring party will need to meet with a hag, and this hag is kind of angry. She's pretty old for a hag, old Granny Ethel Knucklebones as I called her, and when they come to her house she's furious because a few days ago this rogue stole one of her most prized possessions, and that is a doll that she had planned on giving her great-grandchild. Now it just so happens that this rogue that has stolen the doll is either the person that the party is after or is traveling with a person that this party is after. So by going and finding the hag's doll, they will also find whatever person it is that they're supposed to find. Now before they bid old Granny Ethel Knucklebones goodbye, she will actually give them a scroll, and she'll write on this scroll, but it's in an invisible writing. And I use this as a key to get into the dungeon that they're going to. So it could be a password, it could be an answer to a riddle, or something of that nature. But it's very important that the adventurers have this scroll, not only to get into the dungeon, but for other reasons I'll tell you at the end of this video. So now that the adventuring party has directions to the dungeon they need to go to find the person they're after, and they have the scroll with the invisible writing on it that should reveal itself when the time is right, they can head off to not only complete their side quest, but maybe even find the hag's doll. So I think the first thing that we need to do before the adventuring party finds the hag's doll is to introduce the puzzle room first. So here we have our three adventurers, and when I described this in our half-shot adventure, the hag's doll, I actually said that the walls seem to have like a glimmer effect, kind of a shiny, kind of a ripply, magical looking effect. And out here in the middle of the room, we had four statues that were in a circle, and these were of four children, and each child was holding a doll and they were smiling. Well, back out of this circle against the wall here is one child that has a frown on his face and no doll in hand. So that is the puzzle room, just to get the party thinking of this puzzle of what might need to be done to solve it. So let's go and actually find the hag's doll. So our adventuring party continues through the dungeon, and they come into this room here where they see a couple of other dead adventurers laying about. In fact, this one here might be the rogue that they were looking for, the one that the hag claimed to have stolen the doll. And then we have maybe a cleric over here, and the way that I have it is a carrion crawler is in here and trying to get himself something to eat. So he's over here mowing on this cleric. Now if the party goes ahead and fights off the carrion crawler and then investigates the body of the cleric, they'll see that she has the hag's doll concealed or wrapped around in her grasp, trying to not let go, and they're able to get the doll from there. Now, one thing that I do want to say, if they actually look to see what did kill the adventuring party, they'll notice that it wasn't the carrion crawler that killed them, and they'll have like all kinds of claw and scratch marks, and parts of their skin looks like it's been ripped, and there's ash all over. So the carrion crawler is not what killed them. Something else killed them in this room, and the carrion crawler was just coming in to get something to eat. So now the adventuring party can take the hag's doll back to the puzzle room. So as you recall, when we were first in this puzzle room, all four of these statues, they all had a doll in hand, while this little boy over here, this boy statue, had a sad face and did not have a doll in hand. So if the adventuring party were to take the doll that they just found off of the dead cleric and give it to this little boy here, he's actually going to come to life and get a big smile on his face, and he's going to walk up and he's going to join the rest of the kids. And of course, they're all still going to be stone statues. And now that he has a doll in hand, and all five of them do, they're all going to have a big smile on their face, and they're going to just start spinning around in a circle. So they'll just be spinning around and dancing in a circle. And as they do this, the party will be able to see the glimmer of the walls here, and they start to see some reds and some ashes and some really darkness and black, and that will start to give way into what looks like a glass. And against this glass wall, and I used Nether Children from Monsters of the Guild. As a DM, you can use any kind of demon that you feel appropriate or that you want to run, but I thought the Nether Children, which are a child fiend, they're not really demons, but they're like a child fiend that are creepy and pretty gruesome to go up against, and I can send a lot of them at the party because they have low hit points, so I can just start sending a lot of them until they figure things out. Now, as these Nether Children or whatever demon you use start coming through the wall, these stone statues of children are going to be spinning faster and faster and faster until they're almost like a blur, and these walls are actually a portal letting through all of these demons or Nether Children or whatever you use, and the party has to start fighting them all off, and now they need to figure out how to close the portal. So in order to seal the portal back up, if the characters take out the scroll that the hag gave them, or the scroll that they found in the secret treasure room, then they will be able to read in Abyssal the words that are needed to seal the portal. And as they complete the scroll reading, then the circle of children will start to slow down and then come to a stop. This little boy will back up against this wall, and the doll that he was carrying will drop, and the demons will need to be finished off, or if you would like as a DM, you can have them go back through the portal or turn into a pile of ichor or ash, up to you. But now the boy is out of the circle, the doll is dropped here, and the party can pick it back up. So what did originally happen with the NPC that our adventuring party is after? Well, when they originally took the doll from the hag, they came here and they did the same thing that our adventuring party might have done, and that is they gave the doll to this little boy and activated the portal. They then realized the mistake they made. They were actually able to stop the portal and break the chain and grab the doll back, but they had released way too many demons for them to be able to handle. And therefore, they tried to run away. But eventually the demons caught up with them. And even though they had doll in hand, they were slain in this room. The demons then went out and did whatever it is that demons do. And a little bit later, Carrion Crawler comes in and decides, hey, somebody left me some lunch. So the correct way to solve the puzzle, if you haven't figured it out already, is to actually find the hag's doll and take it back to the hag. By putting the Hag's doll into the statue of the little boy's hands and activating the portal, that's definitely the wrong answer, as they start swirling around and open a portal that lets demons come in from the abyss. So if the players do take the doll back to the hag, she'll probably be a little bit disappointed that things didn't go her way, because she was trying to bring back to bring out destruction, and she might have been working with a particular demon or what have you, and she really just wanted this portal opened, the party that was there to be wiped out, and to just watch the chaos and turmoil from this portal being open. Now, everything in between, maybe the players try to destroy the doll, bury the doll, sell the doll, things of that nature. I would probably have this doll just so mystic and so magical that if they destroy it, maybe in the next room it's sitting there waiting for them. If they bury it, maybe the same thing. Maybe it just keeps popping up in one of their backpacks. Whoever initially grabbed the doll, like let's say the thief originally grabbed the doll, and it every time they try to destroy it, throw it away, get rid of it, it always appears tied to their belt or in their hand or something like that. So any attempt to get rid of the doll it just kind of teleports, or it reconstructs and teleports it back into their possession. Now, one of the main things I want to make sure the players have access to is, if they activate this dimension to the abyss, is I want them to be able to close it down. And in order to do that, what I felt would be really cool is on the back of the scroll that the hag gave to them, once the portal to another dimension is activated, if they flip that over, in fact, they may feel it radiating. Whoever's carrying that scroll may feel it, heating up. On the back of it, written in Abyssal, is the lines or the seance to close the portal down. So after they've activated it and they have demons coming through, maybe the rest of the party is off trying to fight these demons, and one person is there trying to speak Abyssal and close the portal. So that's all I have for you today. Again, this is the Hag's doll, and the main purpose of this puzzle is just for some misdirection and misleading the players, because their main mission is to find the doll, bring it back to the hag, but then I include this puzzle scenario as kind of some temptation for them. Be like, well, that looks like it fits perfectly into there. And if they try to do that, they activate this portal to another dimension, bring in all of this evil, and then they realize, like, oh shoot, screwed up here. So what did you think of it? Is this something that you could probably use in your game? And what kind of a story would you wrap around it? What kind of changes would you make? Also, what kind of clues or what would you add to this puzzle to make it run a little bit better? Don't forget to share, comment, like, and subscribe. And if you haven't joined our Discord channel, make sure you join that so you can hang out and chat with us. And until next time, on to the next. The stairs into the main room with the statue. Okay.
Yeah.
And who's carrying the doll?
I was carrying the doll.
Okay. You guys have arrived in this room, and Keflark, as you come down off of the stairs, you feel, carrying the doll, you feel it kind of start to move a little bit. And looking up and over the other 5 statues of the kids, you see the doll kind of start to raise its hands and kind of reach its hands out for like it wants to go to the kid.
Oh, calm down. I'm taking you. Take it over to the statue.
Okay. All right. And what is everybody else going to be doing at this point?
Well, I'm gonna back him up, stick close.
Okay.
I don't like being underground much, so.
Okay.
The orc knows what's up. They're used to dark and spooky places, or at least that's what my limited experience with them makes me believe.
Okay. Keflark, you take the doll over there, and she has her arms outreached. The statue doesn't seem to move at all, and then the doll kind of points to her foot.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Is that where?
Points to her foot again.
It's like
Oh God, you're gonna make me do this. Okay,
Oh my.
Now you know how I feel.
let's read the command word. Well, I'll read the command word.
Okay. All right. You can read the command word out loud, and the doll turns to you, Keflark, and just gives you this big old thank you kind of a smile, and jumps out of your grasp, and it runs over to the little kid, and jumps right into his grip, and as it does that, the little stone statue looks up and just has this huge, just big, beautiful smile, hugs the doll, grabs it by the hand, and then walks up and the other five that look like they're dancing around. He has his doll in hand and he fulfills the circle, and now all of these kids. They're just laughing and having fun, and the stone statues just start to come to life, and they just all start dancing in this circle.
That's not unsettling at all.
That's definitely not creepy at all.
And
I mean, can we just sort of like be background dancers and it'll be cool?
you could, yes. They look super happy, and as you guys are watching this little bit of a display, the glittering walls, they kind of just start to fade a little bit, and behind it you see what looks like 10s and 20s and 30, I mean all of these little kids just with their, like, they're pressed up against glass, and this whole room is a bunch of creepy little kids, and they've got their palms up and they're looking out there, and they just start, there's just the biggest smile.
It got worse. It got way worse.
That was awesome, Virus. And then all of a sudden, a couple of them, their hands come out, and they come out of the wall, and actually they start to come.
Whole lot of
It's
nope.
time for that bomb.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Nope.
From 3 of the walls in particular, 6 of the little kids come out, and they just start jumping and up and down, and are super excited, almost like they have been freed from a prison. Everybody make me a perception roll.
Okay. I got a 13.
17.
16.
Okay, all of you notice right away, as these kids come out of the wall, you notice that their eyes are just like coal. They have just the blackest eyes, no pupil or anything, no white of an iris. Their eyes are just coal black, and then their teeth are like razor sharp, and their claw and their hands. You notice their fingernails just end with just these sharp claws. And now we need everyone to roll for initiative.